What's good, everybody? It's your boy Coach Codes back with another episode of this Chargers franchise series. And this week we'll be in week one. We skipped over preseason, so we'll be facing the Miami Dolphins. I'm currently recording this in the middle of week three, though. I forgot to record a preface to before I got into the regular season game. So I'm gonna be going over my roster and the Dolphins roster, but I will not be exiting the screen because you'll see like the result of game two and things like that. So we're gonna start off with quarterback here. Justin Herbert. He's probably the best player on his whole entire roster just because of his age and his abilities and the position he plays. I think the other person that would have a chance to have that would be Derwin, because Derwin's not that old and he's got good abilities as well, but definitely the best player when you think of the Los Angeles Chargers. The first thing you probably think of is Justin Herbert. 96 throw power, great accuracy, great throw under pressure. He's got pass lead elite, which is one of the best abilities. Hopefully we can turn him to a 99 X factor someday. Then running back here is not James Robinson. That's someone that we picked up in free agency, but you will not see him until week three. But here we got Austin Eckler. He's got backfield master. You get additional routes and things like that. He's actually up for a contract. So in PML, which is the league I'm in, we have different regression. So because real life, people running backs start to regress around like 28, 30. Like think about like Todd Gurley, people like Jay Ajayi, people like that. So in Madden though, with the default settings, they'll last like 33 and be elite. So with this one, we really focus on trying to get running backs to, start regressing at the age of like 29, 30, 31. So Austin Eckler, he might lose his abilities, he might not. Us re-signing him highly revolves around that though, because we're not going to sign him to a big contract if he's just a star, because without the X factor, he's not that special. 91 speed, 87 carry, 76 truck. He's got decent break tackle though, but like he's not that special without the ability. So we might be moving on from him, might not. Stay tuned for that. Wide receiver though, I got this all messed up because when I do training, I do the starters and I try to focus Quentin Johnson and Darius Davis though. But wide receiver number one, we got Keenan Allen, one of the best route runners I've ever seen in my life. Great hands as well. Then we got Mike Williams, 6'4", go up and get it. 98 spec catch. I think he's probably got great jumping as well. 91, yeah. Not the best route runner, but just a big body. Then right here we got Quentin Johnson. He's kind of a mix of the two. He's got the size of Mike Williams, but he's also got the ability to go up and get the spec catch. But he's also not that bad of a route runner if you think about it. Like looking at the short route, obviously he's a little bit lower than these guys, but comparing other rookies to him, he's a solid route runner, and he's actually really good after the catch at TCU. I think he was averaging like 9 yards after a catch just by himself. And then right here we got Darius Davis, the rookie. Mostly our return man. But maybe he'll get some snaps at wide receiver. He'll be that RPO, wide receiver jet pass type of guy. 94 speed, 5'8". Not really, I'd probably draft a wide receiver in this upcoming draft just because look at the release. We're not going to be able to get him to be a serviceable wide receiver. Like he's going to be getting jammed at the line. Like in 5 years, if we focused on him, he might have like 70 release. Like it's not looking too good for him, but he could be like a gadget type of player. Tight end, got Gerald Everett actually starting over Donald Parham. He is up for a contract though, and he's a little bit older, only 6'3", but he does have that route running ability. He's kind of like an extra receiver, so we might be moving on for him in the offseason, and Donald Parham might step up. We might draft one. Left tackle, we got Rashawn Slater, one of the best young tackles up and coming in the league. A great athlete. He's 315 with 75 speed. Got good strength, great pass blocker, solid run blocker. We can upgrade that though. Left guard, we also have another young up and coming. He hasn't looked as good as Slater though. We got Zion Johnson. I believe he's star dev. Solid all around. We can definitely get that up. Then we got one of the best centers in the league, but he is aging, Corey Linsley. I think we might be able to have him for a few more seasons, but we might have to find his replacement in this up and coming draft. Right guard, got Jamari Sawyer, I believe how you pronounce his name. He's a pretty solid pass blocker, not the best run blocker, but another young guy that we'll be able to develop. And with our first free agency pick, we got Christian Sr. I'm not sure how to say his first name, but not the best, but definitely better than Trey Pipkins. Better pass block, better pass finesse. I think he's a little bit worse of a run blocker, but the thing is, we're not really worried about that. With your tackles, you want the pass blocking because you gotta go up against people like Chandler Jones, Max Crosby. So, I really want him to be a pass blocker at our tackles. Left end, we're really lacking. Need to draft one of these guys. They're old, aging, and terrible, just to put it that way. And then DT, actually right end, once again, this guy's young, but he's got nothing promising. He's not that fast, not that strong, not really good in any of the power moves, the finesse moves, or block sheds. There's really nothing that's like jumping out about him. And then Morgan Fox, older, not that good. Want to move on for him. Then we got Sebastian Joseph Day. He's not that young, but he's actually really serviceable. He's star dev, solid block shed. He's 3'10". We would love to have those big bodies up there in the middle, stop the run. But outside of him, like, this D-line is really, really struggling. So we might make a move to be able to go get a defensive lineman. Here, Khalil Mack. You already know who Khalil Mack is. A great pass rusher, super athlete. In his prime, he was absolutely unstoppable. Now he's a little bit older and a little bit more injury prone and not as good. He's still got edge threat. He's still going to give us maybe like a year or two. Middle linebacker, we actually have Eric Kendrick starting. But the thing is, Kenneth Murray has been benched because teams have reached out to us and are very interested in Kenneth Murray. We've got an offer for possibly a high second. I'm not going to say which team, but someone's considering giving us a second round pick. But it's about 50-50. He's kind of hesitant to. Then the other offer is a potential 3rd and 5th round pick. Don't know how I feel about that yet. That guy's not really solid when it comes to trades. That thing could easily fall out. And then another one is maybe a 3rd round pick. So a lot of maybes, but he's going from that 2nd to 3rd round range. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not as valuable as a 1st, but we're also not taking 4th and 5th for him only. So he's pretty solid. But we do have Henley here. I will learn how to pronounce his name. But he's faster, more excel. He doesn't have the hit power as him, but when Eric Kendricks goes down, is off the team or starts to regress, he will be right here, ready to take his spot. Right outside linebacker, one of the best defensive players in the league, Joey Bosa. Edge threat, he's still in the middle of his prime, unlike Mac. He's going to be great for us. Cornerback, it's actually going to be like this. J.C. Jackson, cornerback number 1. This corner room, it's kind of weird because Michael Davis is on a contract year, and I don't think we're going to be able to re-sign him. Whoops. Let me go back to that. I don't think we're going to be able to re-sign him, so we will have to draft a corner. And then JC, he's kind of older. It's like, I don't think he's going to regress, but I also don't think he's going to progress. So I don't know what to do with him. Asante Samuel, on the other hand, incredibly young. I think he can progress into the 90s. Put some attribute request in him, which is something Premier Madden League does. And we'll be able to get him to 85, get his press up. Like, I think he can become a monster for us. Free safety here, we got JT Woods. Not the greatest overall, but he's something that you want in a safety. He's 6'2", which is good size. 93 speed, which is good size. And, he's buildable. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best attributes, but, you have the things that you can't really book. Just size and speed. And then strong safety, Derwin James. But we will be playing Derwin James at sub linebacker from now on. In the beginning of the Dolphins games, we didn't really have him there. So from now on, he's going to be there. With Byron Jones, is actually another free agency pickup. We actually pick him up, I believe, in week 2. So he will not be playing this Dolphins game. And then we'll take a quick glance at his team real quick. We won't have to go over our roster ever again. This is just the first episode. Let's go to his. Tua, my favorite quarterback in real life. They kind of disrespect him in Madden. 86 throw power. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's got a little bit of velocity on it. I would maybe put it 87, 88. I think they do it with like Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow. If Patrick Mahomes is a 99, which he's got a way stronger arm than Tua, but it's not 14 attributes. It's maybe like 10 or 11. It's not 15. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think a quarterback should be 86, to be honest. And then we go to running back. He's running with Devon A-Chain, which I don't think that's how you pronounce his name. I think he said like Achan or something like that. I don't know. I'll learn one day. but you know, he's got great backs, fast backs. But of course, Devon's gonna be number one because you know he's got that youth. He's got the same speed as Mostert. There's really no reason to start Mostert. Wide receiver, you already know, Tyreek Waddle. He did pick up Robbie Chosen from the practice squad, so 95, 98, 99 speed. Tight end in this game, he started tight end. I think it was Jonah Hill, or and I know Jonah Hill's an actor, but I don't know if he's there's a football player with that name. It was Jay Hill. I'm not sure he was. He's injured now, so you know he was starting though. And you got Teron Armstead, a great tackle, but a little bit aging. Isaiah Wynn actually did get hurt in this game, so but he was playing for majority of it. Center, Connor Williams, one of the worst centers in real life. Right guard, I don't think that's supposed to be the one starting, but right here's Lester Cotton Jr., Sr. This offensive line is terrible. Austin Jackson as well. Then left end, you got Bradley Chubb, which I think he moved there. Usually like Agba would be starting there, but Agba's starting over here instead. And you got Wilkins, one of the best D tackles in the league. You got Jalen Phillips, a great up-and-coming, you know, pass rusher. Middle linebacker, I'm surprised he's not starting Tyndall. Maybe starting Tyndall over here. No. I would be starting Tyndall. 6'2", 232 with 91 speed, 95 excel. Absolutely insane. Corner, Jalen Ramsey is out until like mid-season, so we've got Xavier, Kelvin Joseph, who they traded Noah Iganagabi for. I don't know how to say his name. I don't think anyone does. And he's got Kader Kohu. I'm not mad at this lineup. I imagine when Jalen comes here, he's going to take Kelvin's spot. Free safety, one of the best free safeties in the league, Javon Holland. And then Deshaun Elliott. And then one thing you'll notice, he's got Tyreek at punt returner. You'll definitely notice that in this video. But yeah, we'll only have to do this type of preference for this week and next week. From week 3, we'll be, you know, up to date. But I'll see you guys in the game. And the Premier Madden League, kicking it off to A-Chain. Will he take it out? Yes, he will. Debo's one of those guys. He likes to have fun. He's going to take out every kick. Bring him down to 25, same as a fair catch. Tua taking the first snap and handing it off to rookie A-Chain. Kenneth Murray able to shut off the block. Tackle. Great tackle right there. I thought we were going to get caught up on that block, and it was going to be a huge gain. But right here, Cedric Wilson Jr. in motion. Tua dropping back, first pass of the game, and there's Cedric Wilson right there, and he's picking up the first down. 3rd and 7 right here. We got manned up Waddle. Kenneth Murray playing a little bit underneath, stumbled a little bit, and right there, Tua making a tight pass to said Jalen Waddle, picking up the first down. Looking nice, 2 for 2. Another big 3rd down right here. We're playing in the middle with Kenneth Murray, and he drops it off to Hill, but not for the first down. And, you know, when I was looking at the roster, the first thing you think of is Tyreek Hill. You don't think about the tight end Hill. And right there, I just saw Isaiah Wynn out for the remainder of the game. That's pretty big for an already bad offensive line. I think he's like a 75 overall, something like that. Anything from the offensive line going down is going to be pretty bad. Right there, we tried to hit, I believe it was Mike Williams, an in route, and throw out a sack. Trying to catch him off guard with the screen, we get sacked by Emmanuel Ogbah, and Christian Wilkins will be returning 3rd and 20. You know, I want him to be the best passing offense this season. So far, not looking too good. We got negative 10 yards. Herbert dropping back, and we got Shed and almost sacked again, able to get it off. Bradley Chubb put up pressure, and now we have to punt the ball. We did not want to go 3 and out in our first drive. Punting it to Tyreek Hill. That's going to be a hard man to contain as he brings it up, jukes to the outside. So far, he's only got one person to beat, but he jukes back inside straight to the other defender. I think if he juked to the outside, he might have been gone. I'm not sure why he did that, but, you know, still good at punt return. And A-Chain juking out Derwin James. I don't know how our X Factor's getting juked out by a 70 overall. That's pretty embarrassing. Tua 1st and 10. 4 minutes left in the first quarter, dropping back, hitting Tyreek on the zig. He's trying to outrun everybody, but able to be brought down. Tua looking pretty good so far, 4 for 4. 2nd and 3, just handing off to A-Chain. Finding some holes and trying to carry Kendricks in the end zone, but is not able to. And now he's kicking Chosen, I think it's Robbie Chosen, to the outside, but that was just to throw us off because he's just going to hand it off to A-Chain, and the offensive line is going to push him in. It will be 10-0. And we're going to do something right here we didn't do in the first drive at all, and that's run the ball. We have an X Factor running back for a reason. Trying to make a big play, but he's able to pick up the first down. 1 rush, 11 yards, not too bad. Let's give it to him again. Eckler taking up the middle. Tried juking him out a little bit, but just pushes him off, and 2 rushes, 27 yards. He's looking pretty nice. Right here, 3rd and 8, though, they did stuff to run 2 plays in a row, so we have to pass right here. and there will be a flag. We'll be roughing, we'll be holding, and it will be roughing the passer. First down. Right here, 1st and 10, we see man-to-man. We see Mike Williams over there on the left, one-on-one, and he will come down with that. That's something you don't do. You don't leave Mike Williams on an island. There's no cornerbacks that can match up with him besides maybe Woolen. He's 6'4", 220. He's a big dude. He will come with that down with that every time, and Tua making a dangerous pass right there. Our user was right there. Right here, handing it to A-Chain again, bouncing off Kendricks. A-Chain is doing crazy things. He's known for his speed, but, he's breaking off tackles. Right here, Tua all day to throw, hits Waddle in the flats, and makes a nasty juke move and a crazy spin move, breaking off the tackle from Derwin as well. All he has to do is outrace Kendricks, and I believe he will easily be able to do that. I don't know how we didn't make a tackle there. There was like half our defense was over there, at least like 6 defenders, and Derwin James just gets shrugged off. Waddle dancing on us in the end zone, but guess what? It will be reviewed. Will it be overturned? Yes, it will be. Now we have to hold him to 3 at the minimum, because when you get a break like that, you can't let him go score a touchdown. You got to make it worth something. And Kendrick's able to bring him A-Chain down for a loss finally. Tua dropping back in. Hill absolutely cooking J.C. Jackson. 8 for 8, 73 yards. Tua's looking incredible. 2nd and 8, 6 minutes left before half, and Tua dropping back, trying to take a shot to Tyreek. It's tipped. It's picked. Derwin James taking out the end zone, trying to make a good return, juking. But he's not A-Chain. He will make it out to 11 though. We have to capitalize on this. We gotta take the lead. But instead, we will throw a pick to Kelvin Joseph. And to be honest, watching the back, it wasn't a terrible read. I was trying to throw it to Keenan on his cut. If you look at this pass that's thrown, look how terrible it is. With an out route, you try to lead it to the outside, but a corner route. But look what he does instead. It's all the way inside. Keenan's have to do it like a 180 inside, and he's still not able to get to it. That's just he never had a chance. 1st and 10 though. Tua's looking, hitting Croft. I don't even know who that is, man. Croft trying to hit a juke move. This man Debo relies on a juke move heavily. A-Chain right here, pretty good gain. I think if he didn't have that sloppy cut, that might have been a touchdown as Joey Bosa goes down. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. Giving it to A-Chain again, and Kendrick's able to make a great tackle. And it looks like it is kind of serious. Joey Bosa will be out for the remainder of the game. Hopefully it's not a multi-week injury. And the Dolphins go up 13-7. Right here, hitting with the RPO. Rookie Quentin Johnson. And a nasty stiff arm. That was Derrick Henry-esque. And of course he goes down, but it's not that serious because right now he's back in the game and we will hit him up the seam. He's able to make the catch. First down. Herbert bouncing back after that sloppy first drive. Trying to hit him with a little bit of hurry up, catch him off guard. So far, I'm liking our bounce back from the first drive. Everyone's playing well. Eckler is, Quentin Johnson, Keenan. Right here, we're going to see if it's man-to-man, and it is. As you see, the DB's following Johnson, trying to catch him off guard, and it looks like we did. Eckler outside, juking back in, and is able to pick up the first down. Look at Xavier Howard. He's just running back with his fist back, like trying to strip the ball. Right here, hit another RPO to Keenan Allen. Sloppy catch, but he's able to recover, and will he be able to score? Keenan Allen outracing the defense. That's something you do not see every day. In a second, we already got the lead now, 14-13. I think that's our first lead of the game, and Derwin James just looked incredibly stupid right there. About maybe a 50-yard gain, 90 yards before halftime is crazy for the rookie's debut. Right there, trying to make Derwin look stupid, and Derwin makes him pay. He still got the first down, but he will remember that hit. Welcome to the league, Rook. Michael Davis dropping back. We're trying to use him, but Julian Hill, is absolutely toasting our defense. I don't know who he is. That is not the Hill we expected to cook us, but put some respect on his name. But he's out for the remainder of the game, so there's that. 2014, trying to hit another screen pass because it works so well, and was that Ogba? No, it was Bradley Chubb basically teleporting to the ball, and we will be forced to punt to Tyreek once again. The most dangerous returner in the league apparently, and right here going to hit us with another nasty juke move, and he's trying to do a little too much right there. As you know, Tyreek has jukebox. This Madden, the juke is overpowered, so expect him to be using that. And Derwin James shrugged off of another tackle again. The rookie has 130 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. He's looking like he did versus the Broncos, but taking a huge hit right there. Like, this is a Eric Kendricks versus A-Chain battle. Like, it's either a tackle for a loss by Kendricks or 50-yard gain by A-Chain. He's the only man that can stop him so far. Right there, the flag. Hopefully, it will be holding, but what was our opponent doing? If he didn't run out of bounds, he had a touchdown. But right here, he's looking over the penalty. I'm assuming he's trying to think if he declines or accepts if something will keep the clock running. and he accepts it. 2nd and 4, we just got to hold 3 right here. A turnover would be nice, but I doubt he'll take that risk. Dropping back with Kendricks playing the crosser. And if that wasn't a high pass, I believe that might have been a touchdown. Well, not a touchdown, but he had a chance. But Tyreek had to jump up and stop his momentum, not run at full speed, and they will go up 23-14. We get ball though, hand off to Eckler. Nice little cut right there. His offense is moving so smoothly, and ours, it's really hit or miss. It's really like 3 and out or big plays down the field, and his are just big plays down the field, Thankfully, we've been able to hold him to 3 a couple of times. This Eckler making a couple of good moves right there, making it 3rd and 3. On 3rd and 3, we'll put, I believe that's Johnson in motion, and he completely misses the block, and we'll be forced to punt the ball. I really thought about going for it there, but I just couldn't, man. I just could not. Our defense has not been playing good enough to trust them to not score a touchdown with 20 yards to go. Kendricks right there, like I said, it's a battle between Kendricks and A-Chain, another tackle for loss. 2nd and 13, 5 wide, Tua dropping back, hitting the seam, hitting Waddle, and right here I was like, you know what? If I had a safety there, that'd be a pick. And so what do? We put our sub linebacker, eligible superstar Derwin James there, and let's see how he does. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let's see if that's the adjustment that had to be made. Tua with all day, and he decides to run up in the pocket and run straight into our rookie Henley for a sack. 3rd and 12 though, sitting there all day, stepping up. Still got all day and totally off target. He did not have to throw that. He had like nobody in his face at all. Herbert hitting Everett on the drag. Is he able to pick up the first? No, it'll be 3rd and inches. So we're gonna, you know what? Let's hurry it up real quick. Let's catch him off guard. Let's bring Eckler back into the backfield. And let's pick up this first. Is that what will happen though? Only time will tell. He changes his defense as well. We're going to catch him in the middle of that, and we're able to pick up the first. Our running game isn't as good as his right now, but, our screen game, that's what's keeping us alive. I think we have 3 completed screens, and they've gone for, a 1st down every single time. Right here, giving it to Eckler again. Bouncing off a tackle, picking up about 7. Eckler is the workhorse right now. He's doing it in the passing game. He's doing it in the running game. He's really that guy, and that's kind of how it is for the Chargers in real life as well. Right now, we're going to try to hit him with another RPO. Doesn't look like anyone's on Williams, and there is no one on Williams. Got 2 blocks, actually that guy gets off the block, but we juked him out with Williams. Williams not really known for his run after the catch, but he made that defender look silly. Right here, read option, we actually keep it with Herbert. Not something that you really expect from the Chargers, but that's something new that we're bringing using Herbert's legs on a read option. And now it's 21-23, handing off to A-Chain, and we're able to make the tackle with Derwin. Another thing about putting Derwin in the box, that brings him closer to the line. We can impact the run game, and we can also impact the passing game. Like I said, we just needed safety animations, man, and there we go. That adjustment is paying off already. Handing off to Eckler, actually play action. That actually tricked me and hitting Quentin Johnson on the little drag route. Herbert dropping back all day, seeing Everett in the corner, and is that a touchdown? No, he's out in 1, man. Right here, just going to hit an RPO to Johnson, and the bad thing is that counts as a rushing touchdown. At least it's a touchdown, but, we want our passing touchdowns. Look, maybe get Herbert MVP. Kendricks jumping to RPO. He thought he was us. We're the RPO king, and pick 6. 2 user picks on the day so far, 1 with Kendricks and 1 with Derwin, and now we already have a 12-point lead. After Derwin got subbed in, he went 3 and out, threw a pick, and threw another pick 6. So that adjustment is already looking really good, but as I say that, big shot to Jalen Waddle. So far, not much on Tyreek unless it's a punt. Right here, A-Chain. What a dangerous man. I don't know if it's the offensive line. I don't know if it's him. I don't know what it is, but the run game is killing us. Maybe it's the loss of Bosa, but, right there, he just ran to Mac's side, so I don't think that's necessarily the case. You see Derwin James in the box again, Tua dropping back, surveying the field, and huge hit, but he catches the ball. Tua's got 4 incompletions, and 3 of those have been picks, so only 1 real incompletion. As A-Chain already has 28 carries. 28 carries in your debut, and there's basically a whole quarter left. They're down 9 though. Eckler, taking advantage. He tried to hit stick us, but we absolutely dodged that. Right here, 2nd and 9, dropping back with Herbert, seeing Eckler in the flats. Nasty juke move. Try to hit another one. A triple would have been great, but I'll take those two good juke moves, picking up a good gain. Right here, bouncing off the tackles, bouncing off our offensive lineman, picking up, I think, around 10, I think it was. It was 1st and 20. Eckler right there, and a horrible thrown ball. That could have been bad. That could have been a pick 6. Right here, we'll dump it off, be a little bit conservative. Let's see if Eckler can do anything after the catch. And, a solid game. Maybe we thought about going for a little bit, but we're like, you know what? 4 minutes left. He's got to score twice because it's a 2-possession game. Let's see what he can do. So we kick it deep to Tyreek. Another nasty juke move. And this time he's got 2 to beat, and he jukes, bounces off that, and he was almost gone. That was dangerous. That would have been really bad. But thankfully we made the tackle. Tua dropped it back. Drags, able to make the tackle. Tua's been really conservative besides, that one shot to Tyreek. We haven't seen many shots downfield. As I say that, Tua's loading up, trying to hit someone downfield, and that's straight to Asante Samuel. I don't believe Asante Samuel was the guy he was intended to target, but, that's who got the catch. Eckler, great juke move, bouncing off the tackle, bouncing off another tackle. Eckler is the MVP of the game so far. 2nd and 23. Play clock winding down, 5 seconds. We give our MVP the ball with a juke move, hitting the outside. Eckler off to the races. He's just got Brandon Jones to beat. Can he beat him? Run out of stamina, but so is Brandon Jones. That will be touchdown for Austin Eckler. Huge game, and he's already ready to go home. Straight to the tunnels he goes. 2-point conversion. This isn't really needed, but it's a little bit of a practice, I guess. Right here, putting Johnson in motion, gonna hit Keenan, and that's a tight window, and Keenan's able to hold that. He is injured though. We're just gonna bench him. It was nothing serious, but we're not gonna risk the injury when we're up so big. 2:40 left. He will have to score before the 2-minute warning if he even wants a chance. Huge hit and waddle. You usually want to go to the outside, preserve some clock, but I guess that's not really what he's aiming to do. Tua drops back. Looking, and dangerous pass right there, almost picked by Michael Davis. 3rd and inches, 2:21 left. He actually hands it off to A-Chain, who gets clotheslined by Derwin, and he's not really in a rush to get back to the line, and he hands the ball off to A-Chain again. I'm not sure what he's doing. 30 rushes, 157 yards, and actually what our opponent wound up doing was running every single play, chewing the clock. I guess he kind of just gave up, to be honest. He was like, all right, I'm not winning this game. Let's get out of here healthy. But he didn't even sub out his starters, so I guess he really just conceded to us, basically. But, big win against a crazy team. And I think Tyreek only had 15 yards, not counting his punt return yards, but, in the receiving game. And I think we did pretty well. 43-26. My thoughts on that game. Our offense was pretty good towards the end. When we started giving Eckler the ball, it kind of opened up the pass. I think we have to make a little bit better reads sometimes, get the ball off quicker. Our defense, we really have to figure out the run game. The pass defense, I think we did pretty good and when it wasn't in the flats, but when it was deep down the field, we had that pretty much covered. And as you see right here, Herbert had a pretty fantastic game. Not fantastic, actually. It was pretty solid, for him at least. His caliber, it was solid. A-Chain, 33 attempts in his first game, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eckler himself averaging 8.7 a carry. So you see 172 yards and you're like, wow, but it was only 5.2, average because he gave it to him so many times. But yeah, Eckler has 7 broken tackles as well. Just absolutely masterclass from Eckler. He was doing it on the ground and he was doing it in the pass game as well. So love to see that from him. And I think he gave Tyreek a couple rushes, probably some jet passes or screen passes, I'm not sure. You see Quentin Johnson right there with 12 rushing yards and a touchdown because of that RPO. That's such a strange thing. I don't know why the RPO works like that. I don't even think it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage either. I don't know why that happened. And right here, 1 sack each. Defensively, look at Kendricks, man, 11 tackles. I don't know how Michael Davis had 12. Derwin had 10. A lot of tackles. Tackle for loss. You see Kendricks there with 3. Khalil and Henley, the only sacks a day, which is pretty bad. And then Derwin James with 2 picks. Asante Samuel with 1. And Eric Kendricks, of course, with his pick 6. Yeah, Derwin and Kendricks were pretty only much bright sides of the defense, I would say. I would have to give him co-MVP, and on the offensive side, I would have to give Eckler the MVP, as we have a pretty useless upgrade here. No offense, Nick Neiman, but you're not really in our plans for the future. But next week, we'll be taking on my man D. Lloyd and the Titans. I appreciate you guys if you've watched this far. If you'd like to, you could subscribe, like. I'd really appreciate that. Go ahead and comment. Got any tips on how I play? Give me inputs. Want me to go out and get a player? Let me know who you want. But yeah, I appreciate y'all that watch, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.